What's going on? What's going on with the good peoples? It's your boy KD, and we back with another KD Reactions. So look, you already know the procedure. Roll up your bleezies, get you a nice drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, before we sit there and drop this banger, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, throw something in the comment, you know what I'm saying? Help me get into this algorithm. Now now that we got all that out the way, I want to show y'all something right quick. Just give me a quick second. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the process of getting this hooked up and set up so I can start some better quality videos. You know what I'm saying? Better edited, better quality videos. So y'all help me out by hitting the like button, push me in the algorithm, so you know what I'm saying, we can get big, B. Y'all help me get big, I'm gonna help y'all. Keep y'all with this entertaining, this good entertainment. But look, beyond all that, right? This video I'm about to sit there and do a reaction to is totally different from what y'all normally be seeing me doing reactions to. So, and I want to sit there and actually create this into a new segment called Tender Tony Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say Tender Dick, but nah, Tender Tony Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully if this goes good for now on, every Tuesday or every other Tuesday, I'm going to sit there and drop y'all a video like this. But without further ado, y'all welcome to Tender Tony Tuesdays and enjoy.
Take it from the top.
Fire, the new pacifier. He loved the pacifier, so that's how his name became New. I'm like New.
Yeah, man, long live New.
Long live the player, man.
Hey, it's your boy Lil New, man. Follow me on Instagram, ATL Lil New. Go get that selfies on all platforms right now, man. Matter of fact, go get all this shit, man. Bye.
Yo, before I let this video play any further, I wanted to sit there and just give a shout out to True Crime Case Tapes for, you know what I'm saying, giving me, this good old stuff to review and bring to my people. So once again, y'all go check out their page and let's get back to the jump.
Look at me and see that.
Friendship and betrayal, two forces that can transform lives in an instant. When Maurice Vaughn Jackson opened his door on September 7th, 2021, he had no idea he was about to become the victim in a tragic story of jealousy, rage, and fatal consequences. This wasn't just another homicide in Columbus, Georgia. This was the death of a local rapper at the hands of someone he considered a friend, all because of a woman carrying his killer's child. The bonds between these three individuals, Maurice, his girlfriend Chana Powell, and his friend Quincy Wade, deteriorated into a deadly confrontation that would end with gunfire in a bathroom and a young artist's promising life cut short. Today, we're examining how friendship morphed into fatal hatred, and how one man's inability to accept betrayal led to an irreversible act of violence. Born in 1994 in Columbus, Georgia, Maurice Vaughn Jackson grew up navigating the challenges of his hometown while harboring dreams bigger than his surroundings. To those who followed his music, he was known as Lil Nuke, a rapper whose lyrics resonated with locals who understood the struggles he depicted. Despite limited documentation of his early years, we know Maurice had carved out a reputation in Columbus's music scene. His tracks showcased raw talent and authentic storytelling, earning him recognition throughout the community. While not yet breaking through to mainstream success, Maurice was building momentum, performing at local venues and slowly expanding his audience. Friends described him as ambitious and determined, someone who used music as both creative expression and escape. His apartment at Patriot Place became both home and informal studio, where he'd record tracks and plan his rising career. unaware that those same walls would eventually witness his final moments. Columbus sits along the Chattahoochee River on Georgia's western border with Alabama. As Georgia's second-largest city, it blends urban development with Southern tradition. Home to Fort Benning Military Base, the city houses a diverse population of approximately 200,000 residents. In 2021, Columbus was experiencing a troubling rise in homicides, with violent crime statistics climbing steadily. The Patriot Place apartments where Maurice lived weren't known for exceptional security measures. Located in an area where economic struggles were common, the complex represented the everyday reality for many Columbus residents. A place where ordinary people lived, sometimes precariously, while pursuing better opportunities. Before we continue with Maurice's story, I want to ask you something important. Have you ever witnessed a friendship deteriorate because of romantic jealousy?
Alright, so first off, I want to start this off by saying R.I.P. to the young man, what's his name, Lil Nuke. They already said in the beginning that, you know what I'm saying, he's going to be the one that's going, you know what I'm saying, but alright, so boom. First and foremost, the question that they asked at the end, have you ever sat there, something about being in a friendship and jealousy? Like, that goes on a lot of times all over, and that's not just with black people, that's with white people, Asian people, this, that, and the third. You might be with a female, or you might have got with a female, and you don't know that the person that you cool with used to mess with the female, because when you got cool with him, that was way after him and that female, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes it be, yo, you with shorty and your homeboy like her more than you do and gonna try his best to get her. Like, these situations happen all the time. Now, am I saying that is right or wrong? Nah, I'm not saying that is right or wrong. But what I'm saying that is, it's not justifiable to sit there and take somebody's life over. You know what I'm saying? It's millions of females out here. It's millions of gentlemen out here. For you to sit there, that person may have filled the void or tugged at your heartstrings. You know what I'm saying? When at that time, but you know, you can always find another one. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to it.
Now let's return to Columbus, Georgia, and the dangerous love triangle that was forming between Maurice Jackson, Chana Powell, and Quincy Wade. Maurice and Chana Powell's relationship began as many do, with mutual attraction and shared dreams. Chana, a vibrant woman in her mid-20s, was drawn to Maurice's artistic ambition and local celebrity status. Their connection quickly evolved from casual dating to something more significant, with Chana spending most nights at Maurice's apartment. Friends described their relationship as passionate but volatile. Arguments would erupt over Maurice's late-night studio sessions and Chana's ongoing friendships with other men. Despite these conflicts, the couple maintained a strong...
Alright, so I did my first little, you know what I'm saying, said some nice words. Alright, cool. Now it's time to sit there. First and foremost, check this out. Bro, you met shorty, alright, cool. 9 times out of 10, she met you while you was performing, this, that, and third. She infatuated, alright, cool. At the time when she's staying at your house every night, that's your girl. Whether y'all got a title on her or not, because you don't want her around you don't want her around other niggas. Excuse me, you don't want her around other men. She don't want you around other females. That's your girl. So how is it that she's arguing with you about you sitting there being in the studio, which they said earlier that you made your apartment, you got studio equipment in your apartment, so you in the crib recording and you arguing with her about being with other dudes? Like, you starting out this relationship all wrong to begin with. And At the time when you, after me personally, at the time once you figured out that she still got other dudes and you got her at your crib every night, nah, it's a dub. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Physical connection and public image of solidarity. What Maurice didn't realize was that Chana's affections weren't exclusively his. While she enjoyed the local recognition that came with dating Lil Nuke and genuinely cared for him, her emotional loyalties were divided. She maintained contact with previous partners, creating a complex web of relationships that Maurice wasn't fully aware of, especially her ongoing connection with Quincy Wade. Quincy Wade, 26, moved in the same social circles as Maurice.
Nah, bro. Nah. This, once again, God rest his soul. But he wiped up a little thooty. You wiped up a little Snoop bucket, and at the end of the day, not only was she messing with a dude that was in your friend circle, she was messing with multiple niggas. Nah, dog. This is all messed up. So now it's to the point where, God forbid, if something should happen and she brings something home, she don't know where she got it from. They said she was pregnant. Who's the baby father? You feel what I'm saying? They said she had multiple dudes. Like, nah, this is all wrong, dog. This is all wrong.
Though with a markedly different reputation. While Maurice channeled his energy into music, Wade was known for his quick temper and territorial attitude. He worked various jobs around Columbus, but never seemed to find his calling the way Maurice had with rap. Initially, Wade and Maurice maintained a surface-level friendship, the kind formed through mutual acquaintances and occasional social gatherings. They weren't close confidants, but there existed a baseline respect between them, at least.
What respect? What respect this man got for this nigga when he fucking his broad? You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, this makes no sense. Y'all friends, y'all running in the same friend circles. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know mutual acquaintance together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be popping up at same events with each other. This, that, and the third. 9 times out of 10, he popping up with his girl, and you sitting there talking about they had a mutual respect for. It's no mutual respect, because he's laughing at this nigga behind his back because he cracking his girl. Like, this is crazy, bro. So it was already borderline tension between both of them, because he's cracking his old girl. He's cracking his girl. He cracking his girl.
At least outwardly. What complicated this tenuous friendship was Wade's prior relationship with Chana. Before she began dating Maurice, Chana and Wade had been involved intermittently for nearly 2 years. Their relationship had officially ended, but as often happens, the emotional ties weren't completely severed.
So not only is this man laughing behind his back because he cracking his girl, but that used to be his girl. Y'all niggas was dating for 2 years, and she never, I guarantee you, she never told Marquise that. Lil Nuke, she never told him that. I guarantee you she didn't. I guarantee you he don't even know that they was together. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, if he'd have known that they was together, and once this story unfurled the way that it's going to unfurl, he wouldn't have moved like he moved. You feel what I'm saying? So he didn't know. He couldn't have known. That's crazy. But so shorty, you been dealing with this nigga before you even got with bro. Like, that's wild.
Wade remained possessive of Chana even after their breakup, continuously messaging her and appearing unexpectedly when she was out. In the summer of 2021, everything changed. Chana discovered she was pregnant, and the timing created an immediate dilemma. Though she was publicly in a relationship with Maurice, private meetings with Wade had continued sporadically.
She just had to get pregnant. She just had to get pregnant. You continuously fucking with this nigga, Tender Dick Tony. You fucking with Tender Dick Tony. This nigga see you with a whole nother nigga. That nigga got some motion. He chilling around y'all, popping up. You know what I'm saying? Lil Nuke don't know nothing. Lil Nuke don't know nothing. Now you get pregnant and you still fucking with it? Man, listen.
The paternity question loomed large. Medical timing suggested Wade was the father, a fact Chana reluctantly confirmed to him during a tense conversation in July. Wade's reaction was immediate. He demanded Chana leave Maurice and commit to raising their child together. For weeks, Chana kept the pregnancy secret from Maurice, torn between her current relationship and the biological father of her child. When Maurice eventually discovered the truth through mutual friends, the confrontation was explosive. He felt doubly betrayed. Not only was Chana pregnant by another man, but that man was someone he knew personally. Chana's decision to stay with Maurice despite carrying Wade's child set the stage for increasing hostility.
Let's get one thing straight. She ain't decided to stay with him. He decided to stay with her. First and foremost. Second of all, you went to the doctor sat there, told you the time frame. The time frame made sense that the Wade dude is the baby daddy. You hide it from Lil Nuke for a while long. You don't even tell him. He finds out through mutual friends. So what that means is the Wade dude was sitting there running his mouth. Yeah, I got her pregnant, this, that, and third, blase, blah, wooty, wooty, woot. And you stayed? At this point, both of them Tender Dick Tony. Because, brother, you had everything going for you, my boy. You doing what you love. You got your own spot. You making your money. You can move how you want to move. Bro, you should have left her alone, bro. And you'd have still been here to this day. You'd have probably been a big rapper if you'd have left her alone. God rest your soul, but god damn, bro, you should have just left her alone. You shouldn't have took her back. You should have told her to pack her bags and go move in with this nigga.
By August 2021, the situation had deteriorated significantly. Wade began calling Maurice directly, sometimes threatening him, other times attempting to reason with him man to man about stepping aside. Maurice refused, maintaining that he loved Chana regardless of the pregnancy's paternity. Public encounters between the men grew increasingly hostile. At a local convenience store, witnesses observed a heated exchange that nearly turned physical before friends separated them. Chana found herself in the impossible position of mediator, attempting to calm both men while protecting her own well-being and that of her unborn child.
This man is calling his phone. You threatening him. Then you want to have serious conversations talking about please just move, just fall back. Let me be the man and raise my kid, this, that, and the third. This nigga telling you, nah, I love her. I'ma be the father for the. She must got some good snoochie, boy, I tell you. But beyond that, y'all get into a verbal altercation to where it almost turned into a fight, and Y'all peoples had to break it up. Bro, no bullshit. I'm down for all squabbles, you know what I'm saying? But this don't seem right. It just don't seem right. Like, now she's sitting there, she trying to play mediator to calm both of y'all down, and this, like, what? Nigga, leave her, bro. Leave her. Let her go with her baby daddy. Leave her, bro. Like, this is stupid, bro.
Text messages recovered later by investigators revealed the escalating nature of the conflict. Wade's messages to Chana alternated between professions of love and thinly veiled threats about handling Maurice. Meanwhile, Maurice confided to friends his growing concern about Wade's unpredictable behavior, even considering relocating to Atlanta to escape the mounting tension in Columbus. The situation had become a countdown to confrontation.
Bro, first and foremost, I don't think they ain't never said he was in trouble or nothing with the law or anything like that. Why you don't got no gun? Cause now he threatening you. Like, he really sending messages. He threatening you. Like, he telling your baby moms, like, yo, I mean, not even your baby moms. He's telling his baby mother that, yo, if he don't leave you so you can come back to me, I'm gonna handle him. Why you don't got no gun? Now, for real, the whole relocating to Atlanta, you should have been did that. Once you found out that she was pregnant and it's not your baby, you kick her out, move to Atlanta, you'd have been the big star. But now that you still, nigga, why you ain't got no gun? Because now it's to the point where, and if you wasn't even on that, why y'all ain't sit there and with all this smartphone technology, why y'all just ain't take this to the police, get a restraining order on them, something like, something, so if something should happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, this just don't make no fucking sense.
August 23rd, 2021, Maurice and Wade crossed paths at a local club. Security footage showed them arguing near the entrance before bouncers separated them. Multiple witnesses confirmed Wade shouted, "You won't have her for long." August 29th, 2021, Wade appeared at Maurice's apartment complex parking lot following Chana as she arrived. Neighbors reported seeing Maurice confront Wade, resulting in a shoving match that dispersed when someone threatened to call police.
See, now I'm getting pissed off, cause before I even say this, I don't condone violence. I do not condone violence. But at this point, not only are you continuously threatening me and continuously harassing my girl because for some dumbass reason I don't want to let her go and she's pregnant with your baby and I don't want to let her go, so you harassing my girl. You follow her to my apartment complex, to my door, to where me and you have a shoving match. And now at this point, he'd had to get hit. He'd have had to get hit, and I'm not talking about with no fist. You feel what I'm saying? He'd have had to get hit, dog. Cause now you tripping. Now you tripping. All the phone shit. We can survive all the phone shit, but nigga, now you coming to where I stay at, bro. You coming to where I lay my head at. Nah, bro. He'd have had to get hit. And I ain't talking about with no Mike Tyson uppercuts neither.
September 1st, 2021. During a gathering at a mutual friend's home, Wade arrived uninvited after seeing Chana's car outside. He demanded to speak with her alone about their future. When Maurice objected, Wade displayed a handgun tucked in his waistband before being escorted out.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Dog, where the fuck is your gun at? Like, This man popping up everywhere. Y'all at the man that popped up at your crib. Y'all done got into it on multiple occasions. The man threatening you. He threatening his baby moms, your girl. Now, if I'm not mistaken, y'all in Georgia. It's self-defense laws in Georgia. Why you ain't cranked this nigga yet? And once again, I do not condone violence, but yo, what the like? So now he trying to, come talk to me. Nah, she ain't coming to talk to you, bro. Like I told you, that's dead. That's over with. She not coming to talk to you. That shit over with. And then you know what I'm saying? You show the nigga the blick like, nigga, stop playing with me before I sit there and do it to you. At this point, boom, 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 boom. Nigga, you got to get the fuck on. You got to get the fuck on, because now you showing me that you don't give a fuck about my life nor hers. You feel what I'm saying? Like this, wow, crazy.
September 5th, 2021, just 2 days before the fatal incident, Wade intercepted Chana outside her workplace. Their conversation became heated enough that her manager intervened and threatened to contact authorities if Wade returned. Wade's digital footprint revealed a man increasingly fixated on reclaiming both Chana and his unborn child. His social media accounts featured cryptic posts about taking back what's mine and eliminating obstacles. Phone records obtained after the shooting showed Wade called Maurice 27 times in the week before the murder. Most calls went unanswered, but those that connected featured Wade demanding Maurice bow out gracefully before things get ugly.
Two days before the incident happened, that man called you 26 times? Dog. Ain't no way. Ain't no way no snoochie is that good to sit there and throw away your promising career over a baby that's not yours, bro. Like, this got me so tight, bro. Tender dick Tonys, my nigga, all over this story, bro. Like, this is crazy. You got one nigga that you done been with her for 2 years. You ain't make nothing shake. She sat there, left you, got with a nigga that got some motion, still dealing with you. You end up getting her pregnant. You begging and pleading this nigga to sit there, leave your girl, cause that's my baby mom's. Y'all fake friends run around the same circles. Y'all keep on getting in the fights, this and third. Then the last time you seen this nigga, he showed you he got the grip. Dog, this couldn't have been me, brother. This couldn't have been me. Ain't no way. This couldn't have been me. God rest his soul. God rest Lord Nuke's soul. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really want no problems. He just wanted to sit there, be a rapper, and love his girl. I understand. But damn, you should have left that broad alone. This is why I put that title in the thumbnail. Cause she is the reason why he got unalived, bro. She is the reason. Cause first and foremost, why is it that you with the nigga that you want to be with, supposedly? A nigga with motion, a nigga that got his own place. He's sitting there doing something. People know him. He's popular. He getting to the money, this, that, and the third. And yet and still, I wasn't good enough for you. You fucking with other niggas, and then you still fucking with your old boyfriend, and then this nigga get you pregnant. Mind you, your old boyfriend and your new boyfriend is fake cool. This is why I say she got her boyfriend unalived, bro. This is all her fault. This is his fault too, because you should have left. But this is all her fault because she was trying to, what's the saying? She was trying to, how it go? Get her cake and eat it too. That's just how the saying goes. Terrible, bro.
Wade began driving by Maurice's apartment complex multiple times daily, an intimidation tactic confirmed by both neighbors and security cameras. On one occasion, he followed Maurice to a recording session, waiting outside for 3 hours. Chana later testified that Wade's behavior became increasingly controlling toward her as well. He demanded she share her location with him at all times and began questioning friends about her whereabouts when with Maurice. She received dozens of messages alternating between pleas and demands. Despite numerous witnesses to Wade's escalating behavior, formal intervention never materialized. Chana admitted to investigators she considered seeking a restraining order after Wade appeared at her workplace but decided against it, believing it would make things worse. Maurice discussed the situation with his cousin, a former military police officer, who advised him to file a report documenting the threats. Phone records show Maurice called the non-emergency police line on September 3rd, but hung up before speaking with anyone. The apartment complex management had received complaints about Wade loitering in the parking lot, but beyond issuing verbal warnings, took no substantive action to enhance security or document the potential threat. Friends of both men recognized the dangerous trajectory of the situation. 2 mutual acquaintances attempted to mediate a week before the shooting, organizing a meeting that Wade agreed to, but never attended. By September 7th, all elements for tragedy were aligned. Wade had convinced himself that Maurice had stolen both his girlfriend and the chance to raise his child. His repeated rejections by Chana had transformed affection into possessive rage. Maurice, while outwardly defiant, had begun sleeping with a weapon nearby, telling friends he felt constantly on edge.
So both of y'all was just playing. Y'all was just playing with y'all lives. You decided you wanted to go get a restraining order after he popped up at your job, but you decided that it'd cause more problems. And Lil Nuke, you go talk to your cousin, which is a military officer. The man tell you to go file a report. You call and hang up before anybody say something. Now you paranoid because the man keep on riding around your neighborhood. They keep on sitting there saying that he in the parking lot. So now you paranoid you sleeping with a gun? Yeah, he ain't really want no smoke. He was trying to be a rapper and just love on this girl, bro. Cause it ain't no way, bro. It ain't no way, bro. Cause at this point you're threatening my and especially in a state where you can carry a firearm. All right, little quick knowledge lesson. In states where you can carry firearms and they have self-defense laws and laws that's prone to, if you have to discharge your gun, the things that this man is doing, making threatening phone calls, threatening to handle him in such a way. Every time they around each other, they get into verbal altercations. Then you start brandishing firearms. Now you sitting there showing up at his residence. All that's cause for he can crack this man, dog, and get away with it. This is wicked. This is wicked. This was sad, bro.
Chana found herself trapped between 2 increasingly desperate men. The situation had evolved beyond a typical love triangle into something far more volatile. With each passing day, the likelihood of a peaceful resolution diminished as wounded pride, jealousy, and fear created an inevitable collision course. 6:30 p.m., Maurice returned to his apartment after meeting with a local producer about featuring on an upcoming track. Phone records show he called Chana twice during his drive home. 7:15 p.m., Chana arrived at Maurice's apartment with takeout food. Security footage captured her entering the building alone. 8:40 p.m., the couple posted a photo on social media showing them relaxing in the living room, captioned "Tuesday Night Chill." 9:25 p.m., neighbors reported hearing music from Maurice's apartment, describing it as normal volume for a weeknight. 10:10 p.m., Chana texted a friend that Wade had been calling her repeatedly, but she wasn't answering. 10:58 p.m., Wade's car appeared on exterior cameras, parking in a visitor spot far from its designated area. 11:12 p.m., Wade entered the building through a side door that should have been locked but had a malfunctioning mechanism, a defect reported multiple times to management. The first 911 call reported gunshots. Maurice's one-bedroom apartment at Patriot Place was modest but comfortable. Unit 207, located on the second floor, featured an open-concept living area and kitchen that Maurice had personalized with music equipment and promotional posters from local performances. The bathroom where the confrontation occurred was small, approximately 8 by 6 feet, with a single door and no windows. Essentially a confined space with no secondary exit. This limited layout would prove critical during the altercation, creating a situation where neither man could easily retreat. The building itself had seen better days. Constructed in the early 1990s, maintenance issues were common. Security cameras functioned intermittently, and several exterior doors had reported locking problems. That evening, the apartment was dimly lit, with only the kitchen light and a small lamp in the living room providing illumination. Music played from a Bluetooth speaker, loud enough that immediate neighbors wouldn't immediately notice unusual sounds or conversation until the situation escalated dramatically. At 11:15 p.m., Wade knocked forcefully on apartment 207's door.
And at this point, this is when shit gets real. Because first and foremost, how they broke down that whole situation. Once again, rest in peace to young Newt. I have to put myself in that situation. It wouldn't have been no way that anything would have went on in the bathroom. None of that. We in Georgia. This is a self-defense state. And I could sit there and own the gun. By the time this nigga is knocking on the door stupid, and I know it's him, cause she's sitting there talking about, yo, this nigga been calling, yo, shorty, call 911 and tell him that, you know what I'm saying, it's about to go down. I'd have lit that fucking door up. I'd have lit the door up. On everything I love. And I don't condone violence, and I'd have lit the fucking door up. Nigga, now you in my personal bubble, dog. Like, nigga, I'd have lit that fucking door up.
When no one immediately answered, he began calling Chana's phone repeatedly. According to her later testimony, she saw Wade through the peephole and immediately told Maurice, who was in the bathroom. Maurice instructed Chana not to open the door, but Wade's persistent knocking escalated to kicking. Fearing he would break the door down, Chana ultimately unlocked it, hoping to defuse the situation by speaking with Wade in the hallway.
And this is what got her boyfriend unalived. This is why I say she got her boyfriend unalived. The man told you, do not open the door. Don't open the door. Get away from the fucking door. Move away. Go sit down. You decide that, yo, because I'm not answering his phone calls. He's kicking the door. I'm going to open up the door and go outside and talk to him. I just sat there and told you, get away from the fucking door. We was just at a party 2 weeks ago and the man just pulled the gun out on us. Get the fuck away from the door. But once again, females don't want to listen. You already sat there and put the man in a messed up predicament. You already done sat there and showed the man you ain't to be fucking trusted. You done sat there been cheating on the nigga the whole time with multiple niggas, and then you get pregnant by your ex-boyfriend, which is his fucking friend. Bro, I swear to everything I love, rest in peace to you, my man. I wish you'd have just left her once you found out that she was pregnant with your homeboys or your acquaintance baby. You'd have left her, moved to Atlanta. You'd have probably been bigger than Lil Baby right now, dog. But this is fucking ridiculous. This is why I say she got this man unalive. Because of that action right there, this man ain't even here right now.
Instead, Wade pushed past her into the apartment, demanding to know where Maurice was. His agitated state was evident, sweating profusely despite the cool evening, speaking rapidly, and repeatedly touching his waistband where Chana could see the outline of a weapon. When Wade heard movement in the bathroom, he headed directly toward it, ignoring Chana's pleas to leave. She described him as a man on a mission who couldn't be talked down.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm in the bathroom. She's stupid enough to open up the door. You push past her, rushing to sit there. Yo, where he at? This, that, and the third. You hear me in the bathroom. You walk towards the bathroom. Dog. Boom, 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 boom. Ba, 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 ba. Matter of fact, what the young boy say? Swiss cheese them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Man, listen, now you in my crib, bro. Now you breaking and entering, bro. I'm dead to rights. I'm dead to rights to sit there and Swiss cheese you, my boy. Nigga, what? Hit him with the switch, nephew. I'm trying to tell you.
Now let's return to that fateful night and examine what happened when Wade confronted Maurice in the bathroom. A confrontation that would leave one man dead and another facing serious legal consequences. Wade pushed open the bathroom door to find Maurice standing near the shower. According to Chana's testimony, Maurice had his phone in one hand and reached behind the toilet tank with the other, retrieving a 9mm handgun he kept hidden there. "You know why I'm here," Wade reportedly said, his own weapon now visible at his side. The small bathroom created an immediate tactical problem. Neither man could maneuver without coming within arm's reach of the other. With the door as the only exit, Wade effectively blocked Maurice's escape route. Chana positioned herself in the hallway, screaming for both men to stop. A neighbor who overheard the commotion reported hearing a woman yell, "Please don't do this," followed by male voices in heated exchange. For approximately 30 seconds, the men faced off in this confined space. Maurice backed up until the shower wall prevented further retreat, while Wade remained in the doorway, both men with weapons drawn but not yet raised. What happened next remains partially disputed, as only Chana witnessed the initial shots. In her statement, she claimed Wade raised his weapon first, prompting Maurice to fire defensively. Forensic evidence later confirmed Maurice fired the first shot, which missed Wade and lodged in the bathroom doorframe. Wade immediately returned fire. In the confined bathroom space, the gunshots were deafening. Neighbors reported hearing 5 to 7 distinct shots in rapid succession. Both men emptied their weapons in the exchange. Maurice's gun jammed after 3 rounds, while Wade fired all 6 bullets from his revolver. The physical evidence indicated that neither man took careful aim. This was frantic, instinctive shooting at extremely close range. The bathroom mirror shattered, sending glass fragments across the room. Bullet holes punctured the shower curtain, toilet tank, and walls. The confined space amplified the chaos, with gunpowder residue coating surfaces and shell casings scattered across the tile floor. During the exchange, Maurice was struck once in the upper chest. The bullet entered just below his right collarbone, tore through his lung, and severed a major artery before lodging near his spine. Medical examiners later classified this as a wound that would have been fatal, even with immediate medical attention. Maurice collapsed against the bathtub, his unfired weapon falling from his hand. Blood quickly soaked his white t-shirt as he struggled to breathe. Chana rushed to his side, applying pressure to the wound while screaming at Wade to call an ambulance. Maurice remained conscious for approximately 2 minutes after being shot. According to Chana, his final words were, "Tell my mom I love her." His breathing grew increasingly labored as blood filled his damaged lung, causing a condition known as hemopneumothorax. By the time first responders arrived, Maurice had lost consciousness. Despite CPR attempts at the scene, the blood loss was too severe to overcome. After the shooting stopped, Wade stood motionless, his empty weapon still pointed at Maurice. According to Chana, Wade appeared shocked by the outcome, repeatedly saying, "He shot first," as if justifying the situation to himself. Wade fled the apartment before police arrived.
Once again, R.I.P. Lil Nuke. But Maurice, damn, brother, you should have just left her, bro. But at this point, brother, like, why you ain't... Alright, let me... You in the bathroom, on the phone. He kicks in the crib. Well, he ain't kicking the crib. She opens up the door. You already know that he sit there, he got a blick. You don't grab the blick until he comes into the bathroom? In all actuality, you was supposed to be on the phone with 911, and once he stepped foot and with the blick in the other hand ready to rock and roll, and once he sat there and stepped foot through that bathroom threshold, it was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, rock and roll time. Like, bro, like, you wait till he get in the bathroom, then you grab the blick, then you walk all the way into the tub. You in the back of the your back is towards the shower wall, and y'all having a good old Mexican standoff for about 30 seconds, and then you let loose first and miss him. Y'all point blank range and miss him. God damn, bro. That's some wicked shit there. Ooh wee.
Driving away in his car. Security cameras captured his departure at 11:28 p.m., 8 minutes after the shooting began. First responders arrived at 11:32 p.m., finding Chana hysterical and covered in Maurice's blood. Paramedics immediately began resuscitation efforts, but pronounced Maurice dead at the scene at 11:47 p.m. Police secured the apartment as a crime scene, documenting 9 bullet holes in the bathroom walls and collecting both weapons. Maurice's jammed firearm still had 3 unfired rounds in the magazine. By midnight, detectives had identified Wade as the shooter based on Chana's statement and building security footage. An APB was issued, and Wade was located and arrested at his mother's house at 3:15 a.m. on September 8th. Columbus Police Department dispatched 4 units to Patriot Place Apartments following multiple 911 calls reporting gunshots. Officer James Mendez was first on scene, arriving 3 minutes after dispatch. He secured the apartment entrance while waiting for backup. Detective Sandra Lopez took charge of the investigation, conducting the initial interview with Chana while paramedics confirmed Maurice's death. Recognizing the potential complexity of the case, Lopez immediately requested the department's homicide division take over. Officers canvassed neighboring apartments, collecting statements from 7 residents who heard the altercation. 2 witnesses confirmed seeing Wade's vehicle in the parking lot, providing a partial license plate that matched his registration. The department established a perimeter around the complex, while a forensics team was assembled. Given the confined space of the crime scene, investigators worked methodically to document evidence without contamination. By 1:30 a.m., Captain Robert Henderson had authorized a citywide search for Wade, deploying officers to known associates' residences and places he frequented. The The crime scene unit, led by technician Marcus Williams, spent 6 hours processing the apartment. They recovered both firearms, Maurice's jammed 9mm and Wade's .38 revolver, documenting their positions and collecting samples for ballistics testing. Technicians photographed and mapped 9 bullet impact points in the bathroom, determining trajectories that supported Chana's account of both men firing while standing. Gunshot residue tests were performed on surfaces throughout the bathroom. Digital evidence proved equally valuable. Investigators collected Maurice's phone, containing threatening text messages from Wade dated hours before the shooting. Surveillance footage from the apartment complex, though fragmented due to maintenance issues, clearly showed Wade's unauthorized entry and hasty departure. The medical examiner recovered the fatal bullet during Maurice's autopsy, confirming it matched Wade's weapon. Toxicology reports indicated Maurice had no substances in his system, while Wade's later testing revealed alcohol levels just below the legal limit. At 3:15 a.m., officers located Wade at his mother's residence. Body camera footage showed him surrendering without incident, immediately stating, "He pulled on me first." Wade appeared disheveled but coherent during arrest processing. District Attorney Eleanor Simmons filed formal charges on September 10th. Second-degree murder, criminal trespass, home invasion, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during commission of a felony. At his arraignment, Wade appeared before Judge Michael Tanner, who denied bail, citing the violent nature of the offense and potential flight risk. Wade's court-appointed attorney, Derek Franklin, entered a preliminary not guilty plea pending review of evidence. The prosecution built their case around Wade's documented threats and unauthorized entry, arguing these elements demonstrated premeditation. D.A. Simmons told reporters, "This wasn't a chance encounter. Mr. Pot, Wade deliberately sought out the victim with a loaded weapon and violent intentions." By December 2021, Wade's defense strategy crystallized around Georgia's self-defense statutes. Attorney Franklin assembled a team including ballistics expert Dr. Helen Miyazaki, who questioned the prosecution's sequence of events. The defense constructed an alternative narrative. Wade entered to discuss the pregnancy with Chana when Maurice unexpectedly brandished a weapon, forcing Wade to defend himself. They emphasized that Maurice fired first, as confirmed by forensics. Franklin highlighted witness testimonies describing Maurice's increasing paranoia in the days before the shooting, including his placement of the weapon in the bathroom. "My client faced an armed man in a confined space with no escape route," Franklin argued in pretrial motions. Prosecutors countered that self-defense claims were invalidated by Wade's illegal entry and documented threats. They portrayed the bathroom confrontation as the culmination of Wade's escalating harassment campaign. The legal arguments hinged on a central question. Did Wade's unauthorized entry negate his right to self-defense when faced with Maurice's weapon? After a 2-week trial in September 2023, the jury delivered their verdict after 14 hours of deliberation. In a decision that shocked many observers, Wade was acquitted of murder, aggravated assault, and home invasion. He was found guilty only of criminal trespass, a misdemeanor carrying a maximum 1-year sentence.
Now, how crazy is that? You done went through months of sitting there threatening this man, threatening this girl. Y'all done damn near got into wild fights. You go to this man's crib, bang on his door, kick on his door. You ain't break the door down, so it ain't breaking and entering, but it's trespassing because you weren't supposed to be there. You end up unaliving this man in his own bathroom, and you only get a year for trespassing. Get acquitted of everything else, only get a year for trespassing because the man shot at you first. So it's self-defense. Boy, I tell you, that's wicked. RP to that young brother, man. RP to that young brother. You lost your life over a female that, for real, she ain't really like you for real. Because if she liked you, she wouldn't have been dealing with all them other men when she met you, or while she was still with you. That's crazy.
Juror number 4 later explained anonymously to local media, the prosecution couldn't overcome the fact that Maurice fired first. While we agreed Wade shouldn't have entered the apartment once a gun was pointed at him, he had limited options. Judge Tanner sentenced Wade to 12 months with credit for time served during pretrial detention. Having already spent nearly 18 months in custody, Wade was released immediately following sentencing. In her impact statement, Maurice's mother addressed Wade directly. "You may be free in the eyes of the law, but 2 lives ended that night. My son's and yours. You'll carry this forever."